Good evening. Welcome to another episode in Spontaneity with Cliff. I want to introduce my guests, Lucan, the RN. You guys remember him from last week? Oh yes, with special interest in men's health. And so, those who missed last week, listen, you need to go in the comment section and look, because last week in fact, Lucan, I had to take notes. Because we deal with some very interesting. I was really intrigued with your knowledge of men's health. And we look at some things like mint. I was so taken back because as a child growing up in Jamaica, you have a stomach problem, you have a belly ache. Mint was the go-to, bush to relieve it.
Right.
Also, did you know that porn could affect your erectile dysfunction? I didn't know that. And so this week, as I said, I have my notes here, and we are going to go in and dive into how can we, if you have erectile dysfunction, how do we reverse it? Or can it be reversed?
It depends on how far you've gone.
Okay, it depends on how far you're gone. But you know what? I know somebody who can. And so I'm going to introduce you to my friend Jesus. And so at this time we're going to pray. Would you join me as we pray? Our Father and our God, we're so glad. I'm so thankful that we are so wonderfully made by you. And whatever our situation, we know, oh God, that you can repair, you can fix, and you can restore. And so even as we speak about this very important topic, erectile dysfunction, we ask, oh God, that the information that we share will able to reverse and to fix, and so that those who have the problem will get help. And so in so doing, the men would be the priests that you have created us to be, the men in our home, the men in our society, and so we will be good representative of you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yes. We started off last week with this very important thing, nitric oxide.
Right.
Yes, so help us to understand how this, how we can
Boost it.
boost nitric in our diet, because I understand that the mouth, it was, made in our mouth and then go to different, organs of the body, in our stomach and all of that too. So how does the process? What's the process like?
I mean, last week we spoke about nitric oxide, and we started off with that, and we did say that it gives overall health, because it expands relax your blood vessels, expand it, so blood can pass through freely. And once nitric oxides can get to all body parts, then you'll be healthier. I mean, a lack of it cause stuff like Alzheimer's.
Oh.
Your brain not getting enough oxygen, and good rich blood, and chronic kidney disease, heart disease, whatever disease chronic disease you can think of, a deficiency in nitric oxide will cause that. So we wanna take care of it. Preserve it.
Preserve, yes.
Yes, so as we spoke last week too, that there's only two pathways of creating nitric oxide is, taking in nitrates, rich food into our mouth, and also, via our blood vessels by a thing called L-arginine. The body does use that to make nitric oxide.
What is that?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, well, again, last week we spoke about getting to a certain age.
Oh.
Your one pathway diminish until you don't have it anymore.
More, okay.
And that is via your lining of your blood. What happens is that the enzyme that turn nitrates into nitric oxide cannot produce anymore or use the L-arginine to make nitric oxide. So at that point, taking in L-arginine is no good for you. It does nothing for your body. At least it will harm you because it can turn into ammonia.
Okay.
So to preserve nitric oxide, you need good, rich, nitrate food. And these are like beetroots, your green leafy, such like kale, even callaloo.
Okay.
Yes, celery, arugula, lettuce. Those are good stuff. Even turnips.
Oh, and spinach, huh?
Yeah, spinach, yeah, of course.
Yeah, spinach, yeah.
Especially spinach.
Okay, yeah.
Very good in...
and some okra.
I'm not too sure of okra. I haven't looked into okra, but it possibly could have nitrates in there, One thing to note is that when you're eating, it is very important to chew your food. Take time to chew it properly. So there'll be proper mixing of the oral bacteria with the food to turn nitrates into nitric oxide. Even if you make vegetable juices, make sure you drink it slow.
Oh, wow. And when I was growing up, my mom says that I should chew my food 32 times. And I did not realize the reason for it, because, as kids, we just, cut and swallow, just chew and just swallow our food.
Yes.
But she was insisting so much that we had to count the amount of chew we do to our food before we swallow, and we never add food in our mouth while there is food in our mouth. Some people you're chewing the food and you're adding more food to that chew food. She said, finish chewing out that one before. And you see the reason why? Many of us, and I'm talking to you today, we got to chew our food and drink our juice slowly.
Yeah.
To preserve our manhood. Do you want your manhood to be preserved? Yes, we got to take heed. But you mentioned also last week about mouthwash. If we don't use mouthwash, what else? Is there something else to replace mouthwash? Because, I know as part of my routine, I gotta keep my hygiene up. So, what do you say?
All right. I've never used, I probably used mouthwash in the past, but truly, I can't remember the last time I used mouthwash.
Wow.
Yes, I just use plain old water.
Wow. And folks, hold on, I don't cut you. I'm very close to him now, and I don't smell his mouth. So he must be doing something right. So we're going to take heed. Listen up.
Right, so if there's something out there, I haven't found it yet, but and probably I was just not looking for it. But I just use plain water and flush. You work it around and spit, swish and spit. That's what I use, because on toothpaste too, my kind of toothpaste, nothing with peppermint. And also make sure it is fluoride free.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Don't follow the hype about fluoride. Fluoride, it was once, or still is, in rat poison. It is a very poisonous gas. And I watched a documentary in the past where, I believe it was in New York, where it's a byproduct of, industry, byproducts or whatever they're manufacturing.
Okay.
It get loose and it will kill crops, kill animals. Yes, and it's also a neurotoxin.
Wow.
It is very bad for your nervous system.
Wow.
Yes.
So along with killing bad breath, it also kill your manhood. So you gotta be careful. And as a child, I don't know how many of you know this. As a child, I used to use the charcoal with also salt, the common salt, yes. A little charcoal with the salt and brush my teeth. Also, there's a tree that we used to cut, chew stick.
Oh,
Yes, I used to use chew stick, you know, back in the days, and it was good. Yes, and so, you know, maybe we have to go back to the old thing, go back to our roots, because these things that we are using. And as I say that, something else come to my mind that we talked about last week. Tums.
Oh, yes.
Things that I will take for upset stomach. Oh, could that? What else? You know, if that Tums, what else?
Before I touch on the Tums, I just want to mention another thing about fluoride is that it can soften the enamel of your teeth.
Wow.
Yes, I think that's called fluorosis of the enamel. Also, it can do it with your bones.
Oh.
Yeah, skeletal fluorosis. And so we have to be very careful of fluoride.
Fluoride.
Yes, and we mentioned about Tums last week.
Yes.
Antacid.
Yes.
Yes. What happened is that when you use antacid to stop the acid production, and let me give you a little explanation of what really happening, why you even need it in the first place, is that the lining of your stomach is so erode. They also call it ulcer.
Also, yes.
That eating certain food, especially spicy food, will irritate it. And therefore, when you do eat or eat large amount of food, you produce a lot of acid in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is naturally produced in your stomach. And then this act on that open sore in the lining of your stomach, the inner lining. And so you feel this burning sensation. And hence you take this Tums or antacid to reduce the acid production in the stomach. And the thing is that you need this acidic environment when you do eat the nitric rich food to help with the whole breaking down process and creating nitric oxide.
Okay, so it is just an you know, what you call it, maybe too much of it. That's why you feel that heartburn. That's why you get that heartburn. So what would you use instead of Tums, if not Tums? What is the, you know, what's your solution to replace it?
Let me clear this up. Because I heard you said too much of something. It's not using
the acid build up in your stomach. You said it is natural, and it is good.
Yes.
But I'm saying too much, is that why you have the heartburn? Because there's too much acid in the stomach?
No, that's not really the case. The case is you probably did not eat on time.
Okay.
And there was acid in the stomach and without food to act on. Because you need this acid to break down like proteins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the food in there, now this acid acts on the lining of your stomach.
Okay.
And, you know, causing sores. So that's the reason for a quick fix, you use a Tums for ease of that burning. So what you could use instead of Tums is like lifestyle change pretty much. What helps is drinking enough water. Even if while you're having the burn, it's very good to drink a lot of water to dilute that acidic content in the stomach. It's good that while you have this condition is to avoid spicy food, stuff like ginger, garlic, anything that is harsh, pepper.
Okay.
Yes, because this will make it worse. So avoid that. It's good to eat on time.
Okay.
You know,
routine. Have a routine, like, you know, the same time you eat every day.
Right. Like 3 good meals a day. You know, and you eat on time so you don't have a buildup of acid on an empty stomach.
Yes. Okay.
Right. And what you could also do is, apart from eating on time, is your portion.
Yes.
Too much food in the stomach trigger lots of acid production. And that's another issue again. Having the acid more erosion of your stomach. So it's very good to watch your portion.
Oh, wow. Have you been enjoying so far? Have you been learning? And I must thank those who have responded. Yes, you have called me, you have told me how much you like these videos and how helpful it was last week. But I'm going to ask you something, to do something for me. Be a digital helper. Text a friend, send this to a friend. Also, comment. Yes, it is good when you call and you tell me all the stuff that this video help you with. But you need to comment so that others can join in and so we can have that dialogue. So please like, share, and subscribe if you have not yet done so. We're going to look at antibiotic. How many of us from growing up have been taking antibiotics? And last week our nurse told us that this also helped to destroy us. So tell us some more about this antibiotic. How does it affect our manhood?
So last week we spoke about, and again, I hope you guys put a link in the description for part 1.
Oh yes,
so people,
yes, it is in the description. So please,
people could watch and see what we say it does.
Yes, yes.
This week we're pretty much speaking about what we can do instead.
Yes.
So instead of taking antibiotics, because we know it's very bad for our manhood, it's better for us to use the natural garlic. That is a very strong antibiotics without the side effects. So it's better to use garlic. Even onion is a good antiviral. So as we say, it's better for us to stay close to nature, because we'll be the healthiest, because it's all provided for our health there instead of the man-made drugs.
Yes. And I know for a fact, I've tested that garlic, and it has worked for me. And so, trust me, there's also those who have not, if you never hear, because I didn't hear about this Daniel fast. The Daniel fast is a good way to flush the system, to reset your system. So check it out. It's also good to get rid of those toxins in our bodies. And it is something good to live by, the way Daniel lived. And Daniel was what? Wiser than all of the astrologers and the magicians back then. So you want to be wise? Go back to nature. We're going to touch on something again. The artificial sweeteners that we, a lot of us is hooked to sugar.
Right.
We are hooked to sugar. So tell us, what we can use, because last week we discussed that sugar plays a very vital role in destroying our manhood, our erection. Instead of making it strong, make it weak. What can we use instead?
Right. So instead of using too much, I should say, instead of using artificial sweeteners,
yes,
or even sugar itself, it is best to use honey. Yes.
Okay.
Honey is way more beneficial. It's anti-inflammatory too.
Yes.
So anti-cholesterol. Yeah. So it's better to use honey as your sweetener. Another thing we could mention is cinnamon. Cinnamon is not a sweetener, but it is very good when you're using sweet stuff to put some cinnamon in there, because the cinnamon acts like an insulin. It helps to usher the sugar from your bloodstream and into your cells so it can be used. Yes, and it's also is an antibiotic kind of property. Yeah.
Okay.
That's very, very good for drinking and stuff.
My mom drink a cup of cinnamon every night. She always drink sweet stuff. she struggled with sugar and she always drinks sweet stuff, but she said, before I go to bed, I'm going to drink some cinnamon. You know, but I'm not
It's very good. Yeah.
asking you, because it is said that an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. You don't want to have that thing to cure it. It better you prevent it than try to cure it. And so we're going to look at porn. What's the relationship with porn and erectile dysfunction? How does it affect? You know, yes, we talk about the, you know, the brain, how the brain function last week and all of that. But, you know, can you know, young boys now are, you know, hooked to these things. We have our device, and so it is so easily accessible to everyone.
Right.
You know, so tell us some more about this porn and how it affects, and what can we do to
get over it.
Get over it.
Right. So yes, last week we looked at porn, look at the damaging effect of it. So this week we just want to say, I mean, speak on how you could possibly get over it. I must point out that addiction is a very difficult thing to get over.
Yeah.
You know, any kind of addiction.
Yes.
It's very hard to get over any kind of addiction. To get over addiction, let's look at the computer. If you want a new program into this computer, new software, you're gonna have to change out the drive and write a new program into it.
The motherboard, everything.
Right.
Yes.
So it's the same thing we got to do with our brains when we want to get over something. But first, you got to realize that you have a problem, and you got to know the benefits of, you know, getting help.
Help. Yes.
And once you're at that point, then you find out what actions is gonna help you to get over this porn. And the way you get into porn addiction, before you watch it one time, you keep watching it until you get hooked.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to find different activities to keep doing over and over, and to override that porn, the need for porn.
Yes.
So stuff you could do is first get an accountability. You know, get someone who holds you accountable. So if you do watch it, you call this person, someone you can trust. You say, you know, I watch it today, and they can help encourage you, and, you know,
Okay.
help you to get over it. You could put parental control on your devices.
All right.
You
Yes.
know,
Yes. 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 Yes.
yeah, it helps you to not find the porn.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you delete. We are telling you to take practical step, because if you want to have a better sex life, if you want to preserve your manhood, you got to take things in your hand. Meaning that we got to do something about it. And so, my brother touched on a few things. I also want to tell you too, that exercise is a good healthy habit to pick up. Exercise, exercise, exercise. It also helps your erection. It also helps with your ED, because the blood is flowing and the oxygen and everything, so will get you up. So you need to replace all of those, you know, time that you use to do these things, and not only porn, but I also want to touch at masturbation. Does masturbation the same thing as porn?
I mean, they go hand in hand. I mean, it's hard to imagine that a guy would be watching porn
without masturbating.
And
what's the sex in? What's the sex in watching?
And that's one of the powerful, the thing that's why it's so powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
In getting into it is that the sensation of you doing it,
yeah,
and
enjoying,
also watching it is, you know. So what masturbation do is physically it can, or I should say physiologically, it can damage your penis by holding and jerking, and you know, the urethra, you can actually cause damage to the urethra.
Wow.
And cause scarring inside of the urethra. And so now when you're it's time for you to ejaculate, you find out it's not as powerful as it used to be because there's scarring in there. So, blocking the force of it coming out. So it doesn't come out as powerful and shoot as it should.
Wow.
Because of, the scarring.
Wow. Good thing we are here. Good thing we have Lucan in the house. And so, also, anxiety. How does anxiety, because when getting married, the first time, there's always that anxiety, and I'm not talking about persons who go around now, because, we talked about that last week, that also affect persons who have more than one sex partner.
Right.
Having that anxiety to satisfy to, everyone you got to reach up to that level to try to satisfy these multiple sex partners. Also, we are talking to married men. How can we lessen this anxiety?
So we spoke about performance anxiety.
Yes.
And to get over it, you need a very understanding partner. Mm-hmm. Someone who, don't just look at you and like, what's going on there? Because that's going to just end it all. Say a guy having performance anxiety, he's not getting enough, and the female is like looking at him suspicious or, then definitely his, ego, he's going to just be hard on himself. And it's going to be over.
Wow.
Instantly.
Well,
even if there's any hope of him getting up. If she is not supportive,
okay,
he's over with. Because what anxiety is, when you get into that frame of mind, it is flight or fright hormones kicking in.
Okay.
So now your body is telling you that, hey, you need to either fight or run. So blood is shunned. Having sex is not the priority when you need a fight or flight.
Okay.
So blood is shunned from your organ.
Going somewhere
to your brain, and to muscles, so you can, have more oxygen-rich blood to support muscles, so you can endure fighting or taking flight. So anxiety, that's what happens when you have an anxiety. That's the process there. So you need a partner who is calm.
Yes.
Who is understanding and who can encourage you, and let you know it's okay, take your time, we don't have to do it, it's fine,
Okay.
And then you now at that point can take your mind off yourself and not performing, be in the moment, be able to appreciate the situation and the female and, create sexual tension. But just by being present.
Okay. Okay. And I heard this when I was growing up about having this animal passion. Men just want to get to it and just get it over with.
Yeah.
But we understand tonight that that's not the way. You got to take your time.
Right.
You got to, just live in the moments, as my, Lucan says, just live in the moments. Just take it slowly. It will help you in the long run.
So we're saying this take it slow and be in the present are for those who are having anxiety disorder. For a man who does not have that kind of issue, of course he's going to want to switch it up. It can't be all, he just can't have it slow and easy all the time. You got to have variety as a man to keep the female, interesting in you.
Happy, yes.
It can't be just one thing all the time. Then
variety is the spice of life.
Yes, she definitely get bored. You got to bring different, style and moods and yes.
Yes, and so, we are going very deep now because he also touched last week. He touched on men who are getting up in age who have difficulty where gravity starts to set in and defeat the process of of a salute.
Right.
So help us with that.
Right. So we spoke about the weakening of the muscle at the base of the penis. You get to a certain age, and therefore when it become engorged with blood, there's a backflow. So being on your back, it's gonna flow back into your blood stream, into your circulatory system, and you lose the erection. So to help that, there's an exercise that men should be doing, that keep that muscle strong. Okay. And the exercise is when you want to pass gas, and you try, because you're probably around someone, you don't want to pass it there, you out of respect, you squeeze it up.
Yeah, we're not like fluoride, but we must make it be free.
right. So it is that same action. You pretend as if you are trying to stop yourself from passing gas.
Okay.
And you do this in 3 different positions. Laying down, you do it for 3 times. You could count unto 5, seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll release. You do it again for 3 times. Laying down, 3 times sitting up, and 3 times standing.
Okay.
And that will definitely strengthen that muscle. So then you will realize you start having stronger, longer erection.
Wow. I thought this was only for women, because it's the same, same understanding.
Yes, for women.
Yes, it's the same thing for women to, to create that. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and man, I've learned so much, but there's so much more to learn. And we are going to ask this question about our food. What are some of the food that we can, apart from the fruits you mentioned, is there anything else that, can help our men?
Yes. I made a list, because, there's a lot more food than the ones I have here. But these are very powerful selection here. Let's touch on cinnamon again. Cinnamon, nutmeg,
No, nutmeg too?
Yes. Yeah, all those, like
spice,
ginger. Yes. They tend to, get the body warm.
Oh.
Got a warming effect. Yes, and it raises your body temperature. And once your body temperature raised, circulation is easier.
Okay.
So yes, so you can have blood can get to the right
places.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Cinnamon is also anti-inflammatory. Yes. So it have a lot of antioxidants, and these these protect your cells, fight against free radicals.
Yes.
Free radicals are what break you down, make you look
old. Yes.
Like that. And a lot of that is in meat. Okay. That's why it's not good to eat too much meat.
Yes.
Yes. So cinnamon got a lot of antioxidants, and it's anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's very good there. It's anti-diabetic.
Okay.
Like I spoke about before, that it acts like insulin to push sugar out of the bloodstream into cells so it can be used properly. Anti-cancerous. Yes.
Wow.
Very, very, very good stuff right there. Lemon too.
Lemon, huh?
Yes, lemon is good. It got antioxidants again, flavonoids, lower inflammation.
Yeah.
It lowers your blood pressure, and it helps with reversing stiffening of the arteries.
Okay.
Yes. So hence your blood pressure can improve, and nitric oxide can get to where
the different cells in the body.
Yes. Chia seeds. It's very good to put into your cereal, your yogurt,
your smoothie,
even your smoothie. Yeah.
Yes.
And chia seed is rich in zinc, and zinc is needed for sperm
count. Yes.
Sperm production. Yes.
Yes, to build up your sperm count. Yeah.
It's also good. Good source of omega-3 fatty acids.
Yes.
You need these steroids to help with production of testosterone.
Okay.
Yes.
So what would come with that too is also flaxseed.
Yes.
Flaxseed is very good in in all of those properties as well.
Yes, and also it is good to take note that you don't take too much of one food.
Yes.
It's good to switch it up and variety. Too much of anything is not good.
Okay.
Yes. Berries, blueberry, raspberry.
Berry, uh-huh.
Yes, these are good.
Berries,
rich
yes. Berries are very good.
Antioxidants, yeah. It helps to improve your blood vessels again. Banana. Banana is rich in potassium. And potassium is good for muscle.
Yes.
Yes. It also banana has this enzyme called bromelain. And it helps to increase your testosterone.
Okay.
Yeah. Watermelon, they call watermelon the natural
Viagra. Yes, I learned that. And I learned that.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
I got to know these things.
It can give you an instant boost, give you an instant erection.
Yes,
you know.
And they said that the white part of the melon is the best.
I've heard that too.
Yes, they say, you know, and how you do it, you make juice with the white, not the green outside. You try to peel it as thin as possible. And you use that white section to make juice.
Right.
It is good.
Yes, it's good in L-citrulline.
Okay.
And L-citrulline is used in the body to boost L-arginine that we were speaking about.
Yes.
To aid in the production of nitric oxide.
Okay.
So young men who are not yet 40 and 80, very good to, you know, utilize this pathway because it's not yet depleted.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, so
yes, and also I learned that what's the other thing named that I mentioned earlier on? Saw pimento.
Oh yes.
Yes, saw pimento.
Yes.
I understand that this is good.
Very good for your prostate, yes. And a lot of men who is going bald too, I heard that it's very good.
Yes.
To help with
hair production.
You know, the thing with going bald, it has to do with, you know, testosterone overproduction and getting different byproduct of it.
Yes.
Get attached to the root of your hair, causing overproduction of hair and falling out, exhausted, and then no more hair grows. And I, you know, do hear about saw pimento helping the regrowth by blocking that forgot the name of that hormone that it blocks.
Okay.
Yeah. Papaya boosts arginine also. Help with stamina. A lot of nuts, Brazilian nuts, pistachio, macadamia nuts, are all good nuts. Sarsaparilla.
Yes.
You know, horny goat weed.
Horny goat weed, yes.
Yeah, all these boost your testosterone.
Oh yes. And so roots is very good. You hear the nuts and the roots. And as I said earlier on, my brothers, we need to take this Daniel fast very serious. Cut out our meat eating. Cut out all of those unhealthy stuff if you want to last longer. If you want to live longer, if you want to look young, you got to do the right stuff. And so all the time. And guess what? I'm thanking Luke to be here. But I'm going to bring it on again. Because we touched on it today. Our prostate. And we need to dive into it. And so it is going to be another video again. So stay tuned. There is much more to come. We're going to spend so much time in man's health and how to rebuild. Not just our physical, but also our spiritual. Don't forget to pray in all that you do. God come first. So talk to him. He will help you to reverse all of our sickness and everything. Thank you. And before I close, is there a last word?
Well, my last word would be, you touch on fasting, and it's a very good thing to fast, because when you do fast, when there's no food in the stomach, your body needs to heal. So it's
Reset.
Very good things, good to like first get the detox, and do a fast, and go from there, you know, start eating, exercising, just doing all of the 8 laws of health. We probably should do a video on the 8 laws of health.
Oh yes, well, you hear him. So we're going to hold him to his word. All right? So I just want to thank you again for coming on. And as I said to my listeners and followers, my brothers there, that there is more to come. Stay tuned with Spontaneity with Cliff. We're going to build together as men together. because the stronger we are, the better we serve our God. So thank you for joining me. Join us again when we'll touch another important topic on men's health. God bless you. See you soon. Bye.